Welcome to the Visitor Parking Podcast. Righteous Rides provides vans to missionaries when they're in the U.S. on furlough. We hope you enjoy this story from one of our recent guests.
Welcome to Visitor Parking. With us here today is Nikki and Jordan. Tell us a little bit about what brings you into Righteous Rides today.
Yeah, we're concluding a 6-month furlough here in the States. We serve as missionaries in the Philippines, and so we'd been there for almost 4 years this last term, and it was just time for a little bit of a break, especially after COVID. That was an interesting experience in the Philippines for sure. It was a very strict time in lockdown. In fact, there was 18 months for people under the age of 18 and over the age of 65 were not allowed in public in the Philippines. So, but you know what? God blessed and took care of us, our family, our ministry thrived during that time. But you know, it's time for a break. It's time to come back.
Yeah. We're both teachers in our ministry. One of our ministries there, Jordan.
Yeah, I teach in a Bible college, so I train Filipino men and women who are planning to go into ministry. And then
I teach at Faith Academy with high school art, which is also where our kids attend. But that meant life was busy in a different way because we were all at home and online.
Trying to teach
doing
online
school. Yeah.
while your kids are taking classes online.
Yes. So, but as Jordan shared, God really just blessed during that time. And but we knew then that it was time to come back on furlough and report, on things that God had done in our last term there.
Right. So what were some of the things that God did in your last term that you'd want to do?
Yeah, I mean, so we're part of a church there, and I serve with 4 Filipino men in the eldership of the church, and so it's been a beautiful thing to see just the leadership grow, to work alongside them as brothers in Christ. We've seen people reach with the gospel in the church, and it's been a special thing to see our church growing. It's been incredible to see my students just persevere in their studies. Most of them are coming from very impoverished situations. Many of them didn't have internet in their own home, which is they'd have to go to neighbors' houses to do their.
That makes it really hard to do online school if you don't have internet.
Yeah, and most of them are doing all of their work on a cell phone. They don't have laptops, so they're typing papers on a cell phone. So, but you know what? They worked hard because they're committed to serving Christ and going out. So but things are back in person now, and so when we get back, and we're excited about that shift as far as being in the classroom with our students.
So what was your furlough time like?
Very busy.
Okay. What made it busy?
So since we'd been gone for so long, we were trying to get to as many supporters as possible. We mostly are supported by local churches through our missions organization, the Baptist Bible Fellowship. And so visited about 25 churches in 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was quite a lot of travel. I think it was about 18,000 miles of travel during that time, and mostly Midwest, but a little bit further, several trips to Texas and California, Ohio, and that. So, yeah. And then because of that travel, we homeschooled the kids. So that was challenging as well. Yeah. At times, yes, that was tough as well.
Or in a hotel room or something like that. Yeah.
How old are your kids?
Desmond is 10 and Amelia is 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time on the road for small kids.
Yeah.
They really enjoy it though. And I remember the first day that we showed up here to get the van, just the welcome that we had and getting that, and they had bags with their names on it, and our kids were just so ecstatic about that and really excited that, having this van for them. It was an exciting thing that we got to use this during our time of travel while we were in the U.S. So,
yes.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to be a small part of your ministry. How can we be praying for you guys as you transition back to the Philippines?
Yeah, I think in some ways, in going back, our desire is to kind of ease back into things initially, especially since it was such a busy furlough. It wasn't necessarily a rest. So we want to we're excited to get back because it's home, and we're excited to be back with our ministry and our church family there, and for kids to be with their friends again. But I guess, just we're praying for normalcy, praying for just kind of routine, just to get to some sense of regular schedule and balance in life as far as family and ministry when we return, and we're excited about that. Yeah.
Thank you both so much for coming on Visitor Parking.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you.